episode of Coffee Wars. We are finally back. I'm Sam.
I'm Grant.
It's David here.
I'm Grant.
And today we're going to be talking about the DCU. So we're going to talk about Superman, some of the other projects that have come out, and so yeah, this is your spoiler warning. If you haven't seen Superman, everything else you should have seen already. I didn't, to be honest, so they're gonna spoil some stuff for me. And then yeah, we're just gonna talk about some other stuff DC related.
Very excited. You know, we don't really talk about DC as much as Marvel, so
yeah, we always talk about Marvel and Star Wars. So
it's a good change of pace, you know.
Yeah.
And Sam, you got your coffee?
Yeah, I got a venti iced coffee with whole milk and caramel. Felt like treating myself today.
Yeah, I see Grant, you got your milkshake over there.
Yeah, Grant's got diabetes in a cup.
Yeah.
Nice 5 a.m. milkshake for a full-grown adult.
Yep, and I don't have anything because it's past 5 p.m. and I don't want to be up all night.
But you're Italian.
I'm going to bed at like 9 p.m., guys.
What about
Yeah. No, well, and
the cappuccino after lunch?
no, you're actually not even supposed to be drinking cappuccinos past like 11. They're very like strict about that.
Yeah, it's an espresso
That's
after lunch.
That's fine.
It's your evening espresso.
You don't even know.
I do.
Hey, Grant, remember it's espresso, not espresso.
Espresso.
Yeah, we talked about it in the last video, actually.
All right.
The one that he clipped. All right, anyways,
I'm
we're
gonna
going
say
to get
espresso.
into it. Yeah, so we all saw Superman, but we saw it separately.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me and Grant saw it. I saw Fantastic Four first, even though it came out like 2 weeks after Superman.
I also saw Fantastic Four first.
And
I had
then
not
like
seen Fantastic.
a week after that movie, me and Grant went to go see Superman. So yeah,
Yeah,
it was really good.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot. You know, James Gunn's doing his thing.
Yeah, it's like interesting. He just has a very interesting style of filming,
Yeah.
which I'm not hating on it at all. I
No.
know some people don't really like it, but it's like you can see if you watch like Guardians of the Galaxy, especially the third one, and then you go see Superman. Some of the ways they do like certain camera angles and everything, it's like you know it's James Gunn
Yeah.
just by like looking at it.
No, I like when I go watch movies for directors like to have their own style.
Yeah.
Like, you know, sometimes I'll go see a movie for a movie, but then, or like just because what the movie is, but then other movies I'm seeing it because of the director.
Yeah.
And I feel like even though that's not an unpopular thing, I feel like within the superhero space, it is kind of unpopular.
Yeah, because with superhero stuff, it's volume, so you're just, most of the time, you're gonna watch every single superhero movie that comes out just to know the story, because if you miss one movie, the next movie you're gonna be confused.
Yeah, and it's mostly about like the character, like, oh, you're gonna see the new Thor movie, the new Captain America
not the
movie,
director, yeah.
whatever, but with James Gunn, he has such his own distinct style.
Yeah.
You know, he's done other movies, but in the superhero space, you know, started with Guardians of the Galaxy, and then he brought that over to the Suicide Squad movie, and then, you know, even in animation with Creature Commandos.
Yeah, like he has a very interesting tone, I would say, or mood, whichever one, where it's like really silly at times, and then it gets real serious. But it all happens in the same movie. Like with Superman, he definitely like didn't make it as dark as other Superman movies have been.
Well, I mean, the only other Dark Superman movies are Man of Steel and Batman v Superman.
Yeah, so like he like, you know, it's a cool change of pace for DC.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everyone thinks DC movies or just DC in general has to be like super dark, and it like doesn't always have to be.
I mean that's mainly due to Zack Snyder.
But not even. It's like the DC animated universe. All those movies, like some of them get pretty crazy, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
But yeah, it's you're
we're not here to, you know, pick like, oh, Zack Snyder versus James Gunn. That's not
what I was talking
about. I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's a clear style distinction, and that's neither a good or a bad thing. It's just the difference between directors.
Yeah, that's not the point I was trying to make. I was just trying to make the difference. I was trying to like say like this Superman movie has been different than
Yeah,
the other ones.
that's what I was saying too. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
there is a bad, the difference is bad. I'm just saying that there's a difference. And
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
I don't think that's what you were saying.
That's exactly what I was saying.
I don't think that's what you were saying.
Yes,
but
it
okay.
was. Yeah, you're trying to say like, oh, we're not here to do anything. We're just.
I know.
talking about it.
I'm just saying. Maybe you could get from what I said. You have your Zack Snyder fans who are hating on the Superman movie when it came out.
Now, yeah, that's a good point.
Should
Let's
we
talk
compare
about
or
that.
should we not compare them? Like fight scenes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Action.
Well, Grant, we can do whatever we want.
Well, how do you think the action compared to like Man of Steel? Which do you think
It's different.
better?
Uh,
Like, would you rather see which do you think was done better? Like the General Zod versus Superman fight, or the Superman versus spoiler alert versus Ultraman, his clone?
which is interesting that they made Ultraman a clone.
Well, they tried.
Yeah, you don't
I
need to
feel like
say.
they were trying to do it.
We already did
I
a
know,
spoiler.
I know, but I feel like they were trying to do as many like set up as many things as possible.
Yeah.
So I don't think Ultraman's dead. He just is like it's another universe or something. He was pulled into
Well,
something
Ultraman is supposed to be.
from another universe.
no,
But I
yeah.
think that's what it says.
No, isn't he his clone?
In this movie, yeah.
In this movie.
But in the comics,
he's from another universe.
he's part of the crime syndicate.
Yeah, so it's like Ultraman, Superman,
Yeah.
Owlman,
Yeah.
Johnny Quick, those people. So yeah, it was different. Different Ultraman. It was interesting. His clone was dumb.
Yeah.
1A.
Yeah, but the fight scene, it was different because when you watched Man of Steel, they were all from a distance for the most part.
Yeah, but also
Most of the fighting, you could see it was like looking at it from like as if you were down on the
Yeah.
ground. This was more like you were with Superman, watching him
Like,
fight.
But I
like the
could
camera
tell-
was with Superman. Like
Yeah.
when you were flying,
Like,
So it was
flying
different.
around.
there was more emphasis in Man of Steel that these are two like really super powered beings fighting each other. This one was more of like close combat fight. Like you could
Yeah,
tell
and
each punch had
that was
weight.
one complaint because there were a few complaints about this movie that I personally didn't agree with. But one complaint that I heard from someone that saw it before me, he was saying that like he was just like, oh my god, he's just getting his butt kicked. Like he's supposed to be Superman. He's supposed to be the most powerful. But like on the other hand, he's not trying to kill anyone.
Yeah.
And he's also like a newer Superman. He's only been doing it for
3 years.
yeah.
And
so
this is
like,
the first time he lost. Like
Yeah.
in the beginning, remember? I liked how they did that. Like 300 years ago, it was the Age of Monsters or something like that, and then it keeps on going like 30 years ago. Then
Yeah.
it goes down to 3 years ago. That 3
Like
minutes
the
ago
first
he lost.
metahumans appeared.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I showed up late with my friends, so
Oh, you missed
I
that?
missed some of it. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell that he's not like, I mean, he's not inexperienced, but you could tell that obviously he's going into it. He's not trying like obviously he wouldn't use his full strength. He doesn't even know what his full strength is yet because he's only been Superman for 3 years.
Yeah, this is like a new Superman, and you know from like the comics and everything, there's a big progression. It's just like Goku.
Yeah.
You know, where like Goku starts out from like, you know, super strong to like the strongest. Same
Yeah, I
with
mean,
Superman.
he's
Like,
not going to
Superman-
be the strongest from the get-go.
No, like it's gonna be a cool. I think the movies are gonna do a good job, like showing a progression.
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed is like like what you said with Man of Steel, they really showed them like the Kryptonians to be these crazy powerful beings. Like when you were watching the movie, like with Zack Snyder's style, you like feel like, oh crap, these people are strong. Like there's shockwaves happening.
I
when they
felt
hit each other.
even though both movies had a little bit, like had huge stakes, I felt like when you watched Man of Steel, you kind of felt more scared for the characters. Like, oh, if things go bad, like it's really bad.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. Because like this, like the fight, like with this one, like it's different than Man of Steel, where you don't feel like, oh, these characters are that strong. You know what I mean? Because it was like slowing it down to like almost viewing it at their level. You weren't looking at it.
Yeah, the action's a lot more comic booky.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's just
No, but I think it's gonna show a progression going
Yeah.
into future movies. Like all of a sudden, it's gonna get pretty crazy.
Yeah, like Man of Steel was more of a solo origin film, where this was setting up more of the DCU. Like you got
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think it has to do with
Green Lantern.
I don't think it has to do with the origin though.
No.
Like, what we're talking about with the fighting though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's just like
Yeah.
it's looking at it from a different point of view, like a different lens.
And that was done purposely, like to not do like we didn't need to see him growing up in Smallville.
Yeah, we don't need to see the origin.
It's like how in Tom Holland's Spider-Man, we didn't need to see Uncle Ben. We didn't need to see all that stuff because we already know. Like everybody knows, Superman's the most popular superhero of all time. Like everybody knows who Superman is. You know, he's literally the face of superheroes. We don't need to see him like Superman day one or year one, like for Batman. Like we don't need to see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be cool to see like him get stronger. And obviously, like, he's still gonna, he's like Spider-Man, you know, even when he fights his enemies, he's not trying to kill them.
Yeah, like he started like going a little harder towards the end of the movie when it mattered more, when he like just unleashed his
there's like
on everyone.
Yeah.
Like I think he knew like these guys all have special suits on. I'm not gonna kill them.
No, that's exactly it. Because like there's been like when the movie came out, there was like memes on TikTok where it's like
it kills people.
It's like when Superman finds out that you could take a hit, and it's like the same thing with Goku. Like he doesn't mind just wailing on you. Like if you're not gonna die from a single punch, he'll go hard. He'll just go ham on you.
That's the thing.
It's
Same
so
thing
funny.
with Spider-Man. Like when he knows a certain character won't die from punching him, like that from him punching him, he'll like just unleash. He's like, oh, I don't have to hold back. Like does the same thing to he did that. That's what he did to Iron Man in the Civil War comics.
Yeah.
Unleashed hell on him.
Yeah.
But I think there's also there's a Superman scene from somewhere. He's like, oh, what's nice about you is like I don't have to hold back, and then he just goes crazy. I think it's from one of the animated
It's the
movies.
it's the finale of the Justice League Unlimited. He goes all out against Darkseid.
Yeah, that's right. He's like, oh, I don't have to hold back on you. Like that was crazy.
Yeah.
But let's go back to what you were saying about the Justice Gang.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Justice Gang.
Like that was interesting. It's like I don't know if the Justice Gang's from the comics, but I think
I thought it was just a joke.
You had the Justice Society.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Wait, is that the one before the Justice League? Like
yeah.
So there's the Justice Society, there's Justice League,
and the Justice League of America.
Yeah, I think they were kind of.
Wasn't it the Justice Society of America?
No, Justice League.
That's also Justice Society of America. They were kind of setting up like not the Justice League, but I found it interesting that they were in the Hall of Justice.
Yeah. So even though it's from like a team, because the Justice League is later.
So the Justice Society, that's where the Hall of Justice came from.
Yeah.
So like that's where like Black Cat, Jay Garrick, like all those guys.
Yeah.
That's their original team and the original Black Canary. I think that's in this universe. That's their Hall of Justice. And then the Justice Gang took it over. But I just find it so interesting. And it's Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific, and Hawkgirl. That's such a interesting like team up. But I think
even though they're not like new characters.
No, but it's like characters that you normally wouldn't.
You haven't seen them on the screen before.
Yeah, like so, like a lot of people didn't know who they were, but I think it was cool that they didn't really dive into who they were because they didn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, you really only seen Mr. Terrific from
Arrow,
the Arrowverse,
or Justice League Unlimited.
Yeah, and he was also in the Injustice movie, which we don't talk about.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a newer representation of him.
And Hawkgirl, I think, was in one of the episodes.
So there's two. There's a Hawk Girl, and then there's Hawk
She's also
Woman.
in Legends of Tomorrow.
There's two different versions of her. So there's one that's like from Earth and gets her powers somewhere in Egypt or something, or like whatever, like the one from Legends of Tomorrow. And then there's one that's an alien.
Yeah.
So there's two different Hawk Girls. They both basically have the same costume and like the same powers. So it's a little. I don't really know too much about their characters. Like the one.
You just gotta trust James Gunn.
Yeah, like the one in Justice League, like the show from like the early 2000s. That's the alien one.
Is that the comic book accurate one though, or has she always been like a human? I don't know much about it.
No, the backstory
they're
is
both from the comics.
with Agent Egypt, and with the multiple lives.
That's the one from Legends of Tomorrow. The
No,
one
but
from
that
the
also
cartoon
happened.
show.
That also happened in the show.
What are you talking about?
In the animated show, that also was canon. She has
Which-
multiple lives. Where she, like, they have this whole. I don't want to get into it, but they have this whole episode where her past life was killed in something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's the one from the animated show. She's an alien.
Yeah, but she also was a past life. It's strange. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's two different characters. Like that was Hawk Woman, I think, or Hawk Girl. I think it was also Hawk Girl. There's two of them though. The one that we had in the Superman movie.
Was Hawk Girl.
Yeah, that's Hawk Girl, not Hawk Woman.
Yeah.
I don't even know, but I don't think she's the alien. She's from Earth.
Yeah, yeah.
She's not an alien.
Yeah, I think the movie made it clear that the metahumans
From Earth.
were not aliens and from Earth.
Yeah, like the only one that was an alien was Superman.
Was
so
Superman
far. So
and
far.
the creatures that they fought in the movie, like the imps and the
Yeah.
those other things. But I like how, I mean, James Gunn has done this before where
Yeah.
he's brought in characters that are not as popular. I mean, they're not
Guy
like
Gardner.
they're not like nobody's. They're not characters which nobody has heard of, but you know, maybe there's like
B-list or something.
not even that, but like maybe there's like a version of them which outshines their other, like with Hal Jordan, you know, normally takes the spot instead of Guy Gardner.
Well, that's like the thing. Like Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Those, in my eyes, and I was talking. Like one of my friends is a really, really big DC guy. Like we're all Marvel guys. He's a DC guy. Like he knows way more about DC than I do, and I know more about Marvel than he does. He was like, and he likes the Green Lanterns a lot. Like he honestly, like when I look at the Green Lanterns, I'm like, okay, Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Those are like the main two, and then all the other ones are like more side characters.
There's Kyle.
I know, but that's what he was saying.
That's a newer.
Like I know.
90s.
Listen, like Grant, I know who he is. I read Blackest Night. I know who got.
Yeah,
I know.
but
I know who they all are.
90s is still from relatively new.
Well, I know
think
who
it's
they all.
established.
I know who they all are. But what I'm saying is, like, I said that to him, and he was like, "Nah, man. Like, Guy Gardner and Kyle Rayner. Those are the boys."
Yeah.
So I was like, it was interesting, like from an outside view of someone that doesn't really know too much about Green Lantern lore. Like I know a good amount, but I like Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Like in my opinion, those are the boys.
Exactly.
He was saying like, nah, like Kyle Rayner, that's the.
Well,
boy.
it all depends. Like,
It depends on what run you're reading.
yeah, it
all
depends
that
when
stuff.
you start reading DC. I feel like for a lot of people around our age and like maybe a bit older, you know, from like the animated shows, it was always
Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan.
or Hal Jordan.
Depends on what team they're building.
But even more Jon Stewart than Hal Jordan. Like if you're just sticking to the comics, then yeah, Hal Jordan's like the main one. But like
Yeah.
like especially when I talk to people around our age, like when they think of Green Lantern, they think of a lot of the times they think of Jon Stewart more.
Yeah, and that's because of the show we grew up with.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
as that we were just talking about with Hawk Girl. He's like the dude. But then if you like, you know, like Hal Jordan he's the main Green Lantern.
Yeah, just like
But then Jon Stewart kind of is replacing him a little bit. Like those are that's what I'm saying.
kind of like a Miles Morales and Peter Parker
essentially.
situation.
Yeah, but like those are the main two. And then there's
Well,
all the
they're
other-
both Spider-Man or they're both Green Lantern.
Yeah, but like
one's
with Green Lantern, like there's
the
all
Green Lantern, one's
there's
the
two
Spider-Man.
there's two really new ones that I don't like. There's like Jessica Cruz, and then I think it's either her brother or someone. He's another one. Like there's two other newer.
That
Green
was from New
Lanterns.
52.
Yeah, but they're here to stay though. That's the thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I
Um,
just like how James Gunn is bringing all these other characters into the spotlight.
Yeah.
Like he's in the Suicide Squad, he did that with like Polka Dot Man. And,
Yeah, like it's interesting. But I really like getting back to Superman. I really did like the movie because I definitely am at heart. I'm a Marvel guy more than a DC guy, and I think that the DC universe that he's gonna build might change that for a lot of people because I think he's gonna make it like almost like the comics to life. Like he's gonna make like a goofy Gotham City, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be like what it's supposed to be and not like what we see where it just looks like a New York City like skin. You know what I mean?
no, yeah, I was really impressed with the world he created.
Like Metropolis looks pretty good, you know?
yeah,
So
and
and Blue Beetle, like that was also the start of the DCU
Yeah,
technically.
I think James Gunn forgot about that Blue Beetle is actually the start of the DCU and not Superman.
Well, no, technically Creature Commandos.
Or not Creature Commandos, but yeah, someone needs to remind him, you know.
Like, well, he also he's confusing everyone. This is actually a really good thing to talk about. So this is what I know. Suicide Squad 2 starts the DCU technically with Peacemaker season 1, but then Peacemaker season 2 makes it a new universe because it has that new ending where he sees the Justice Gang instead of the Justice League.
Yeah.
And also, but in Creature Commandos, they do reference Peacemaker killing Rick Flag Jr.
It's the same.
Yeah.
The Rick Flag Sr. is the same guy from Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
The same character.
So he's supposed to be his dad?
Can I? Yes. I'm gonna lay it out for you, okay?
Let the man build.
So guys,
he's setting the scene, bro.
I'm gonna set the scene.
Setting the scene.
All right.
You put your input in after, okay? Respectfully. So going back, because I gotta restart now. Going back, this is good. This is something that you should clip. Mods, clip this. We're not live.
We don't have any mods.
Grant's the mod.
Grant's, yeah.
Oh, Grant's our mod, guys. Okay, anyways, so I'm gonna map it out, all right? Listen to this. And this could be wrong, but this is what I know. Suicide Squad 2, Peacemaker Season 1, that kind of starts it off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it was technically part of the DCEU. But then Suicide Squad 2 was a soft reboot.
Yep.
That was James Gunn's first project with DC.
Yep.
And it was a soft reboot because it had connections to the first Suicide Squad movie, but it also rebooted certain things and it killed off characters like Captain Boomerang, all these people, right? It killed off a lot of the characters and you're like, what the hell? Like, those are supposed to be villains in future projects. Peacemaker Season 2, obviously Peacemaker from Suicide Squad 2 goes into that, Season 1, right?
Yeah, but that's toward the end.
I'm laying it out, right? Okay, so we have Suicide Squad 2 and Peacemaker Season 1. Then we have Blue Beetle 2. Blue Beetle 2 is the first movie that's actually in the DCU.
Not Blue Beetle 2.
Or,
Blue
sorry.
Beetle 2.
Blue Beetle 1 is technically just Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle is technically the first movie in the DCU. So, but those movies from the DCEU, movie and projects, right? So Suicide Squad 2 and Peacemaker Season 1, technically in the DCEU, right? Because they also talk about like Shazam and like it shows the Zack Snyder Justice League.
They're like 1 foot in the DCU and 1 foot in
Because this is where it gets crazy. Well, so Blue Beetle is part of the DCU. I'm confirming that right now. Unless James Gunn decides to change his mind tomorrow. Then we get to Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos has the connection to Suicide Squad 2 and Peacemaker because it references Rick Flag dying. And it shows Rick Flag Sr. Rick Flag Sr. is in Superman, and it's the same one as Creature Commandos. So Creature Commandos is canon to Superman. So they're both in the DCU. Now this is where it gets weird, though. The Peacemaker Season 2 goes from being in the DCU and enters into the DCU because there's a soft like multiverse, right? So there's
with
two universes.
Peacemaker Season 2.
Imagine two universes, right? There's Peacemaker Season 1 and Peacemaker Season 2. The two universes are here, right? The difference here that they get to the ending, right, of those two universes. One has Zack Snyder's Justice League in it. The other one has the Justice Gang plus Superman and Supergirl, right? So that's the difference. The same events happen to Peacemaker in both universes until you get to that moment. So that's what brings Peacemaker into the DCU.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was already in
I know.
the DCU.
I know, but yeah, because he showed up in Superman.
And if you watch, I know you haven't seen fully the first episode of.
I know, but it shows the Justice League characters. So that's what I'm saying. Is Season 1 of Peacemaker was in the DCEU. Season 2 of Peacemaker is in the DCU. And all they did is they made a minor change. So they both happened in different universes. Like the DCU or the DCEU is one universe. The DCU is a new universe that James Gunn's created.
Yeah,
And there's going to be times.
but by making that change, James Gunn saying that season 1 also took place in the DCU.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, everything that happened to Peacemaker in season 1 happens to him in both universes. It's like a parallel universe with slight differences.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Are you on track?
Yeah.
All right, I'm glad.
Explain it, Ray. Explain it.
No,
So
he doesn't
it's
need.
the quantum
Explain
theory
it. If
and
you
the
understood it, explain it.
So basically, plot.
Okay, yeah,
Alright, so-
that's a good explanation.
So basically, the best thing to say is that James Gunn takes parts of the DCEU and puts it into the DCU as if it's a parallel universe, but there's differences. So like we have a different Superman, we're gonna have a different Batman, whole everything, right?
So
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson's Batman is not part.
No,
of
that's
Well, we
completely
don't-
separate.
We don't know
That-
yet
that's-
though.
no,
They-
it's
I know,
not.
but they could change it at any time. They could change it. at
They
any
could,
time.
but they're not going to. They're gonna have 2 Batman
Yeah.
running consecutively.
Well, the DC.
But with the
one in-
multiverse, anything can happen.
Yeah, but I don't
think
I
we're
feel like
gonna
there's
get
a
Batman
strong
movies with the
chance
one-
that they won't do that.
I
I know.
don't think we're gonna get Batman movies like solo films with the one that's gonna be in the Superman universe, like the DCU.
Yeah,
It's just gonna be Robert Pattinson's his own thing.
I know, but
No,
there
they're
is
both
a
gonna
Batman
they're both
movie.
gonna be airing at the same time.
There is a Batman movie.
Oh yeah, Son of Batman. Or
Robert
It's Batman and Robin.
Robert
I thought
Pattinson-
that was called the Son of Batman. or
No,
something.
it will.
It's supposed to be with.
That's an
Damian Wayne.
animated one.
No, it's supposed to be Damian Wayne.
I know. So it's Batman and
Okay.
Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Or you're
And it's-
giving him
and
the
it's
heart
Batman.
attack over here, bro.
It's Batman and Robin, and it's with Damian Wayne.
All right.
And then we're also getting an animated project with Nightwing and Red Hood. So like at this point in the DC universe, Batman has already had Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and Barbara Gordon as part of his Bat family.
They're making
And now he has Damian
they're
Wayne.
making him a lot older. Or they're normally in the comics they're around the same age, him and Superman.
No, they're gonna do what they do with the New 52.
They're gonna make him already seasoned in the DCU.
Yeah, but they're gonna do what they did in the New 52, where he's like 35, but all of the things that happened to him, like 20 years of like what should have been 20 years, happened in like 10.
Yeah, because Batman starts being Batman
Yeah,
before
25.
Superman starts
Yeah.
being Superman.
Yeah.
So even though I think no, I'm gonna backtrack what I said. They're probably gonna be around the same age, like plus or minus a few years, but you know, Batman starts being Batman when he's like 21, 22. Superman doesn't start till
30.
30.
Or no, well, yeah, because when he was 30, he became Superman for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Batman has like 7 years on his 3. You know.
Yeah.
On his belt, yeah. Like that's why Batman has always been more experienced than Superman.
Yep.
That's always how it's been.
Yeah.
Well, no, I shouldn't say always because Superman was created before Batman. But in the normal continuity, in the normal continuity,
We know what you're
that's-
talking about.
yeah, like the New 52, and then they followed with all those animated
Yeah.
movies. Batman had been Batman
Yeah.
longer than Superman had
Yeah.
been Superman.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, like everything in the DCU that has like a James Gunn like executive producer credit to it is gonna be canon.
Yeah, but
Like he doesn't even need to direct all the movies.
what's
Like,
going to be
he's
interesting?
gonna have that executive producer credit.
What's going
So
to be
everything's gonna
interesting
be canon.
is what they're doing with the Lantern show. Hal Jordan is like at least 15 to 20 years older than Jon Stewart. They're not around the same age like they usually are.
Yeah, I heard
So-
that he's gonna be older.
He is older. Like if you look, they showed the set in one of the.
He's normally around
Photos.
like 30s, right?
So he's gonna be like 40 or 50, and Jon Stewart's gonna be like late 20s or 30, early 30s, and like the actors themselves there's a pretty decent age difference. I mean, they really solid castings, but that means that Hal Jordan's gonna be older than Bruce Wayne, and I that's one thing that they're doing that I don't like.
Why?
I think that Bruce Wayne should have started to be Batman before Green Lantern became Green Lantern.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they don't really. They kind of do their own things.
I know, but
Most of the time, they're doing their own things. You know.
I think Batman, espresso. Batman should have been Batman before Green Lantern became Green Lantern.
Do you
is what
think
I'm
they're
saying.
gonna do the thing where he turns bad? You know, he becomes what is his name?
Oh, Parallax.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's one of the. I don't really like that all the lanterns are going to be in a show. I wish they were going to be in a
So that
movie.
is gonna happen.
But it is.
They're probably going to be able to cross into movies.
Because Guy Gardner is in the Lantern show, so it's going to be.
He's also
that's the other thing.
he's
Guy
also
Gardner's
in-
older.
Peacemaker episode 1.
Yeah, so Guy Gardner's older than he is normally is in the comics. Normally he's like a little younger than I feel like Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. But it's also like in the comics, like everyone looks the same age unless you like visibly make them look older.
Or like directly state that
Yeah.
someone's older than others.
Should we get back to the Superman movie because I feel like we got a little off.
I think we talked about pretty much everything.
Yeah, I really. One thing I want to say is that I really like.
Mr. Terrific.
Yes, but I
He
was
was
gonna say
terrific.
I like Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, it's a younger Lex Luthor is an
Yeah.
interesting take. I mean, they did it in the Zack Snyder's
I mean,
too.
I just want to say, like, you know, they made Lex Luthor evil as shit. Like they really pushed that he's evil as hell.
Yeah, because they don't always do that.
They don't always do that.
Yeah.
They
He one hater. That's what he is.
But the one thing I didn't like is that it's like crazy how he has all these normal people working for him, and that they're all trying to kill Superman.
yeah.
Like, they're all bad.
Bro,
Well,
he's literally the
he
most
manipulated them.
he's
to
the most
see his-
charismatic person in DC, and he's also the smartest person.
Yeah.
So, you know, well, the smartest human.
So I think it's a good take on him.
Yeah.
Usually he's like a 40 or 50-year-old with a really deep voice. Like that's usually what he is like.
Yeah.
So it's a different.
I mean,
take
yeah,
and I
he's
like it.
always been portrayed as a villain, but
Yeah.
he's not doing like he's
But
not out
he's not
here.
doing the most.
He's not out here torturing people,
Now he's
like
doing
and
the
like
most, yeah.
executing people, like in the Pocket Universe scene.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty like brutal for PG-13. You know.
Yeah.
And he literally says, "I didn't do it to start a war. I did it to get back at you." That's what he
No,
tells
but-
Superman.
Bro, he's got that reverse Flash mentality.
No,
guys.
that's-
He's got that hater
And
energy, bro.
that's the
I
type of
like
villain,
that.
That's the type of villain we need in the DCU.
No, DC has always been good about having their
Good
villains
villains.
be haters, bro.
Yeah.
Like Marvel's been missing that, you know.
See, I think the MCU has been missing that. I think
Yeah.
Marvel has really good villains. Like I
Yeah.
think Green Goblin's
But
probably
they're not.
one
Oh
of the
yeah,
best
yeah.
villains of Marvel.
But DC, like they're straight haters, bro. Like
Yeah.
they'll do anything to get their heroes.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I like that.
No, but yeah, it's pretty wild. I think that was good. I think Mr. Terrific was really cool, and I think it's gonna be interesting once Batman gets introduced to have those two characters interact because they get along a lot in the comics and the shows because they're both very smart.
You know, you
So it's gonna be
probably be in a lot more projects.
It's gonna be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah.
With future projects. I will say the one thing that people hate on a lot is when Hot Girl, her eyes are going crazy, and
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that it was just a meme, and then I saw the movie, and I was like,
Yeah,
what is
I
going
mean,
on
she's-
right now? But I just like I don't care.
She was a good character. I mean,
Yeah,
no.
no, it was just that one scene. It was like, but like
Yeah.
that's like a James Gunn element, though. That's the thing. Like that's like he just does stuff
Yeah.
like that.
They also brought back the original like movie theme, like the score, right? I swear they like remixed it or something.
For Superman.
Yeah, like the theme, like his theme song. Was it not? Or am I wrong?
I mean, I think I heard that a little bit
Oh,
in,
maybe in the
the
beginning.
movie.
Yeah, but he had his own
Yeah.
different new one. But yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm excited to see where DC decides to go with their universe. Maybe one day we'll get a DC Marvel crossover because they're doing it in the comics again
Oh yeah.
with Batman Deadpool. They're doing I think maybe sometime this week I'm gonna go to the mall and go to the comic store and pick up a copy.
I just read. Well, I didn't read it. It was a YouTube video. It was on the comic with Punisher being in Gotham City and going after the Joker.
That's
Yeah.
an old one, right?
Yeah, and Jigsaw's in it too.
Yeah. So no, but this is like a new run. It's like 2025. It's called Batman Deadpool, and it's a crossover. And the only characters they haven't really showed, like the big characters, is they have like because they're doing it's Batman Deadpool, but they're showing they're showing Hulk, Punisher, all these different like Wonder Woman. They're showing all them on different variants of the covers. Black Cat. They haven't shown Spider-Man and they haven't shown Superman. So people are theorizing that there's going to be a Spider-Man Superman crossover comic as well.
that would be cool. I don't
So,
think
yeah.
I've ever seen.
And they showed Wolverine too, so it's
I mean, they might have. I don't know if they've ever interacted.
so we'll talk about that. I'll pick up a copy. I'll read it.
Yeah.
We'll talk. We'll do a video on that. that gives me hope that one day they will do a Marvel DC movie.
Yeah, your favorite Marvel character interacting with. I mean, I don't know who your favorite DC character is, but
It's Batman. I'm very basic. Spider-Man for Marvel, Batman for DC, and it's a basic take, but I will die on that hill that they are the best characters from both universes.
I'm not mad at that take.
Yeah, that's like it's like he's like people are gonna be like, oh, it's super basic. I'm like, yeah, but they're fan favorites for a reason. It's because they're probably the best, some of the best written characters. Like
Spider-Man, the
Batman,
face of Marvel.
Yeah.
Batman, the face of DC.
And then
Superman's the face of all superheroes.
I agree. Yeah.
And Wonder Woman's the face of female superheroes. But that's
I think Storm's coming for her place though.
No.
Yes, dude.
Like,
Storm's been in the spotlight.
Yeah,
recently.
but
Storm
she doesn't
and
have
Emma
the
Frost.
legacy. I know it's been a thing on TikTok about the Mount Rushmore of superheroes, and it's literally what I just stated. Like that's the objective list.
It's just they're not gonna be able to do the Black Panther and Storm thing because they want a different round MCU.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Well, they're rebooting the MCU after Secret Wars.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You didn't hear about that? All right, that's another video.
They're actually
Mark your calendars, guys. That's another video.
Is that actually true?
That's a big rumor. Is that they're after Secret Wars, they're gonna reboot.
So new actors.
Well, they're at least gonna bring back certain characters.
But with
and
new actors.
Yeah. So I don't know because I don't think they're gonna get rid of Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
No.
But they're gonna reboot part of the MCU and bring certain characters back.
Wait, so
they're preparing for DCU to do because DCU is trying to take over.
So the MCU plan is to have like whatever movies they have in between.
There's a lot. It's not like the MCU's ending anytime soon.
And then the next big movie is Doomsday, and then whatever movies are in between, and
I think
then
it's gonna go
Wars,
Doomsday,
right?
Doomsday, Brand New Day. No, it's Brand New Day, Doomsday, Secret Wars.
And then whatever movies are in between those.
I don't think there's
ones.
really any in between though. I think that's what it is. I think it's Brand New Day, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. I don't think there's any more. I think they're taking a step back because they're producing too much. But there is.
I'm sure they're gonna come out with Disney Plus shows.
Yeah, but
they're also talking about stepping away from the Disney Plus
because
shows.
it's not working out because it's confusing audiences.
No, I mean, yeah.
I don't know what the plan. There was a roadmap that they posted somewhere.
It's the same thing. I mean, DC doesn't do it nearly as bad, but when we were watching Peacemaker episode 1, I was like, you guys haven't seen Superman? And he's like, my dad's like, oh, for God's sake, you have to watch this, to watch this, to watch this. And he's like, I'm so tired of it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I think
everyone was fearful of that.
I think they're gonna stop. Kevin Feige said what's been hurting Marvel recently is the Disney Plus shows.
What's been hurting Marvel recently is Kevin Feige. Like, he's been hurting Marvel, you know.
Yeah, to an extent, he does a good job.
Yeah, he does a good job. I mean,
but I think they gotta prioritize certain projects over others.
Yeah.
Some of them don't need to happen. They also ruined Kamala Khan in the movies.
By not making her.
She's so much cooler in the comics.
Wasn't she a mutant in the comics?
No, they ruined her in the comics too recently. I'm talking about her original work.
I don't know this character at all.
Miss Marvel.
Oh.
Kamala Khan.
Oh.
They made a show for her. Did you not watch the show?
Oh no, they
So that's the thing. They changed her powers.
Yeah, they changed her powers by having
her powers. They're called hard light instead of her stretching like Mr. Fantastic.
An Inhuman or something?
Yeah, so she's able to in the comics. We're going on so many tangents right now. In the comics, she could
just do a
stretch.
second video?
No, Grant.
She could
stop. Enough. She could stretch just like Mr. Fantastic, but then she could change her body, almost like Ant-Man. She could make herself ginormous,
I know that.
and then she can go back to normal. In the MCU, she just has hard light.
I didn't see.
In the MCU, she's essentially a different character.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care if they change characters.
Yeah.
But
there was no reason because
it gets to a point where it's just a new character if they change too much, you know.
That's kind of what they did.
Yeah.
And then everyone saw Mr. Fantastic's powers and Fantastic Four, and they're like, why couldn't they just do that for her? The world may never know.
I don't know.
But yeah. So, anyways, I don't know. DC's ramping up, and Marvel is also. I think Marvel isn't slowing down though. I think Fantastic Four was a really good recent project for them. So they're not hurting as much as they were, but they definitely got to make up lost ground. I think.
I mean,
Daredevil was also fantastic.
Yeah.
Daredevil was great.
At this point, like no one's worried about what DC's doing. Like they're in a good spot.
Yeah.
I mean, Marvel's not in a bad spot, but you know, you still got to be a little bit cautious.
Well, I
Do
think
you think
Brand
DC
New Day is gonna save Marvel.
But do you think right now, before Brand New Day comes out, like we're all excited because of the pictures? Like,
Yeah.
Tom Holland looks like an older Spider-Man now. I feel like.
No, he just looks like Spider-Man.
There's probably going to be like a couple years time jump.
But do you think
He's gonna be in college.
the way it is right now with the movies, do you think it seems like DCU can like steal the torch from
No.
Marvel right
I
now?
don't think they
Not
ever
even with
will.
Superman?
No, I don't think they ever will.
No.
To be honest, because
Do you
it's just
think
like
it's
I don't
too-
think they've built enough of a following with the movies yet.
But do you also think because there's an exhaustion from superhero movies that can't be done?
I don't think there's an exhaustion. I just think that people are tired of there being bad superhero movies. So like, I'm not saying like DC's in a bad spot at all. I think they're gonna do great, but it's gonna be hard to replicate the hype that Marvel did when they built
Yeah.
up the original MCU.
Just because, yeah, you know, and that it doesn't really matter.
Like I think you can be fans of both.
Yeah, like
obviously.
they will never reach the hype of like when the MCU was
That changed-
was emerging, and that's okay.
Yeah.
No one's really expect that. It would be too much to expect. From
Because
them
the
to
first
do
10
that,
years of
you know?
Marvel, I mean, the first 10 years of the MCU, they changed the way comic book movies were done forever.
Yeah.
Like once the Hulk 2008 that they always try to forget about for whatever reason, even though it's a great movie, and Iron Man 2008 came out, that changed everything.
No, it's when Iron Man shows up in the post-credit scene that changed everything. Because you actually had two superheroes interact with each other.
Yeah, that connected.
Yeah, like that was supposed to happen in
Well,
the 2000s with Batman.
That happened
Superman.
in the 2000s with Daredevil and Elektra. They connected.
Yeah, but those movies were not good, bro.
I know, but they connected. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, fine, you got me. But I mean, like, two hype movies. I don't know.
No, like
Yeah, you're right, though.
yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see what DC does with because I think they plan to come out with a lot of movies like at once. Like their calendar it almost replicates what Marvel's calendar used to be like.
Yeah.
It's gonna be boom, boom, boom.
They-
boom,
But
boom.
it's not really origin movies, it's just building
No,
world
and
building.
they don't need. There's
They
no
don't need
more
that.
origin movies unless you do a brand new character standalone movie like Blue Beetle. He needed an origin movie because I bet you half the people that went to that movie did not know who he was.
No, you know, DC they could only benefit from pumping out as much stuff as possible. Marvel,
Yeah.
they need to be picky about what they do. And
Yeah.
like if you said that there's not going to be any projects in between those big,
But I
Secret
could be
Wars
wrong. I
movies,
could be wrong, but I believe so. Another thing, topic for another day. Marvel's killing it with video games. That's just another thing I wanted to say.
What, I don't.
Which video?
Nothing comes to mind.
Marvel Rivals.
Oh yeah.
And then also they're coming out with
I mean-
they're coming out with another
Yeah.
Marvel fight game.
But also the Captain America game.
That's
I think I got the
that's
name.
more the NetEase, the company, and not really Marvel because.
Yeah, well no, Rivals it is like when you turn it on it says Marvel games.
Yeah, but you know, they
Like when you turn on Spider-Man 2, it doesn't say that, it says Sony.
no, but you know, if it's a topic for another day. But you know,
Yeah.
that company they like to.
It's a goon fest.
Yeah.
No, but
I think you got what I was trying to say.
Yeah, we'll talk about that another day though, because I've actually been playing the game. It's actually phenomenal.
All right.
Thank you for watching our video. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more.